Let's start seated, just as you are. Cross-legged is fine. Doing your best to have a tall spine. Gently blink your eyes closed if that feels okay with you. Maybe rock your body right to left, left to right. Feeling your sit bones on the earth. Sit up as tall as you can. Shrug those shoulders up to your ears and then wrap your shoulder blades down your back. And then place your palms up on your legs. And here we are. Start to notice your breath coming into your body. Notice that breath leaving your body. Gentle in, complete out. Keep watching your breath. Read a quote to you that means something to me, not only in this time around holidays, but in general. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, and a stranger into a friend. So as we move through our practice tonight, expressing a little gratitude for our physical body, that body that carries us day in and day out, for our breath, which sustains us, for all of those beings in our lives, and most importantly for ourselves, recognizing a little bit of gratitude towards ourselves, unlocking the fullness of our own potential. Good. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed if you'd like. Reach your arms up overhead, stretch those fingertips up, pull your belly in. If your low ribs popped way out, pull them back in, stretch it up, maybe gaze up between those palms. And then right hand to left knee, tent those left fingers behind you, sit up tall and then twist over, gazing over that left shoulder, right fingertips towards the left knee, maybe making contact, belly pulling in as you twist. Good, and then let's come back to center, arms up and overhead, breathe in. And then go the opposite way, left fingertips to right knee, tent the right fingertips behind you, sit up tall, and then move into that twist. Twisting your shoulders, and then following with your neck, making sure it's not just about twisting your head, but really finding the twist through your core. Good, let's come back to center, arms overhead, big breath in. And then hands to heart center, pause. With thumb knuckles pressing into your heart space, press your heart into those thumbs. Little reminder of the equal give and take that we must have. We'll take a breath in together. Open your mouth and exhale. Again, inhale. Open your mouth and let it go. Beautiful. Now gently blink your eyes open. Come forward onto hands and knees for tabletop pose. Setting yourself up in tabletop, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Pausing for a moment. Tailbone long behind you, neck nice and long, gazing down at your mat. Now let's drop our belly, take our gaze forward as you breathe in. And then arch your spine up, chin to chest, breathe out. Again, inhale, drop the belly, take your gaze forward and up. Exhale, pull the belly button in, arch the spine up, tuck the chin. Good, a couple more of those, moving with your own breath, feeling into your body, making the movements organic, feeling out those tight spots, but also appreciating those spots that aren't so tight. Maybe rocking hips all the way around, extending legs if that feels good. And anytime that mind wanders to the next task on your list, invite it to come back to focusing on your breath. That steady inhale, steady exhale. We'll take a couple more and then eventually meet together in downward facing dog. So take your time to arrive in your down dog, pedal the dog out. If your hands are slipping, maybe adjust The distance between your hands and feet, maybe, spit on your hands, as gross as that might be. But find that place where your hands feel firm and you can press into the earth and you can lift your hips up. You can bend your knees, heels moving towards the mat, perhaps never touching the mat. Dangle your neck, pull the belly in. Good, let's lift up high on the tiptoes and then let your heels go towards the mat. Again, high on those toes, heels to the mat. One more, high up on your tippy toes, heels to the mat, pause. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let's pull forward to a high plank. An opportunity to start to build a little bit of heat in our bodies. Know that your knees can always drop down. We're looking for a long line of energy from the crown of head to the tailbone. And if your knees are off the earth, extend that long line of energy out your heels. Pull your front body nice and firm. Belly pulls in. Pubic bone pulls up towards your ribs just a tad. Press your hands into the earth. Arch your spine up between your shoulder blades. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more breath in. Slowly find your belly, maybe lowering knees down first. Cobra pose, toenails press down. Inhale to lift your heart. And exhale, slowly release heart and chin down. Again, inhale, lift the heart. Press toenails down, engage the legs. And release. One more inhale, lift the heart. Stay up for your exhale. Breathe in again, lift a little bit higher. And then breathe out, lower down. Find tabletop pose, coming up to hands and knees. Pause in again, right where you're at. Finding our groundedness. Pick your right knee up off of the mat. Draw your right knee to your right elbow. And then back. Right knee to right elbow. And back to where it was. Again, knee to elbow, maybe hovering off the earth, knee to elbow. One more, knee to elbow. Pause, hold the knee at the elbow, curl the left toes under. High plank, right knee, right elbow. Feeling your core. One more breath. Down dog, right leg up. Bend the right knee, stack the hips, rotate the ankle if that feels okay with you. Notice if your right armpit popped way up into the sky. Try and square your shoulders. Good, let's square the hips, right leg long behind you. Step the right foot up between your hands, pause. Staying on your fingertips, inhale, look forward. Exhale, straighten over the front leg. Again, inhale, bend deep. Exhale to straighten. Inhale, bend deep. Exhale, straighten. This time, bend deep into your front knee and pause. Right arm to the sky. You can drop your back knee down. Pull the belly in. Really twist from your sternum up, not just from your shoulder open. Belly pulls in. 3, 2, right hand down. Lift the left leg, standing splits. Again, we're just trying to open our big muscles of our legs right now. Drop the crown of head down. Feel a big opening through your entire right thigh. Take a breath in. Bend your right knee, tuck your left knee behind your right. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And bend it deep. One more extension. One more bend deep. Take a breath in. Step your left foot back all the way. Warrior one, rising up. 2 full footprints on the planet. Left toes pointing slightly outward. Right toes point forward. Now pull your right hip back in space so you're squaring your hips energetically. They may never be squared, and that's okay. As you sink into your right knee, really engage your back leg. Left leg super strong. Sink a little bit deeper in the right leg. One more breath. Good, hands come down, frame your front foot, vinyasa. Step the right foot back, lower down to your belly or part way, Up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Good, take a breath in and a breath out. Drop to your knees. Setting up again, lift your left knee off the earth. Now tap knee to elbow and then put the knee back. Again, knee to elbow and back. 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Left knee, left elbow, curl the right toes under. We're in a high plank with only one foot on the ground. Belly strong. Press down with both hands. Lift that left knee up, lift, lift, lift. Good, down dog, left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee, open your side body. Rotate the left ankle. Soften your jaw if you can. Square your left shoulder to the earth. Maybe even look underneath that right armpit. Good, let's square our hips to the earth, left leg long, and then step that left foot forward. Pause in our low lunge, inhale, sink into the knee. Exhale, straighten over the front leg. Again, inhale to bend deep. Exhale to straighten. Inhale to bend deep. Straighten over that front leg. Good, bend deep into the front knee. Again, pausing, setting up for simple twist. Right hand stays down, left arm up to the sky. Again, twisting from our sternum up to the ceiling. It's tempting to just wave your left arm as back far as you can, but really try and twist from the belly up. Pull your inner thighs towards each other. One more breath. Good, left hand down. Lift the right leg, standing splits. Crown of head lowering down to the mat. Release the jaw if you're holding it tight. Big breaths into the back of that left leg. Good, now bend the left knee, right knee tucks behind it, and then straighten. Again, bend it deep and straighten. Bend it deep, straighten it out. Good, bend deep, step that right foot back, warrior one. Rising up, setting our feet on the ground, getting our footing before we worry about expressing the pose. Right toes turn slightly outward to the upper right corner of the mat. Square your hips to the front of the room. Good. As you sink into the left knee, pull your right hip around. Really press the right foot into the earth behind you. Good. Take one more big breath in, and then hands come down, frame the foot, and flow it back to downward facing dog. Couple breaths in our down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Again, big breath in. Full breath out. One more breath in. As you breathe out, move to the top of your mat. Jump, hop, step, your choice. Halfway lift and forward fold. Do that again. Halfway lift, belly pulls in, fingertips perhaps to your shins, and forward fold. One more of those halfway lifts and forward fold. Pause, fold it over these legs. Release the crown of your head down just a little bit, and then press into your feet. Slowly rise all the way to stand. Arms nice and wide overhead. Hands to heart center. Again, inhale, arms sweep up. Chair pose, sink your hips down and back. Arms can be overhead. Maybe hands to heart center. How are your shoulders today? There's no right, no wrong. Feel into your body. Pull the belly in. Sink the hip creases down and back. Look down, see if you can see your big toes, and if not, see if you can shift your weight back a little bit further. Hips sink down, one more breath, and forward fold down to your mat. Halfway lift, hands plant, vinyasa, step or hop to your high plank, lower. Find your back bend. We'll meet in down dog. Right leg lifts high. Right knee, right elbow, one time. Good, inhale to extend. Knee to the nose. Inhale, extend. Right knee under the body to the left elbow. Extend the leg back, good. Step forward, warrior one. Just one breath, rise up tall, touch the sky, and then hands back down, frame the foot and flow. Following your exhale down, your inhale for the back bend. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good, left leg high. Knee to the left elbow if you'd like. Inhale, extend. Good, knee to the nose. Inhale, extend. Left knee under the body to the right. Good, extend that leg back. Now step forward, warrior one. Just one breath, rise up, filling up. Use the exhale, come all the way back down. Flow it out. Meeting in down dog. Big breath in, full breath out. Again, big breath. And exhale. One more breath in, and then follow your exhale to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and forward fold. Chair pose, rise up tall and then sink your hips down and back. Let's interlace fingers behind our backs. Draw your arms straight with knuckles down to the mat, really opening the chest. And if you want more, lift up on your tippy toes. Really playing with the pull of opposites. In our lives, we're pulled in so many directions. So practice on your mat, lifting your heels up, but sinking your butt down. Yeah, and lifting your heart up, but pulling your knuckles down. Really, how do we survive this? Take one more big breath. Forward fold, release the grip. Halfway lift. Hands plant, let's meet in down dog. Your choice how you get there. As you arrive in down dog, take a little inventory. Notice if you want to move a little bit more with your breath or find child's pose. For those of you wanting to move, we'll lift our right leg high, right knee, right elbow. Again, inhale, right knee to the nose. Inhale, extend. Right knee, left elbow under the body. Good, extend the leg back. Warrior one, plant that foot. Rise up, one big breath. Hands back down and flow. Move on to the left side with your own breath. Or my cues, left leg high, left knee, left elbow. Left leg high, breathe in, knee to the nose. Again, inhale, extend. Left knee, right elbow. Extend the leg back. Now step forward. Inhale, warrior one, rise up. Touch that sky, and then hands back down, flow. Meeting together in our down dog. Perhaps passing through child's pose for a couple breaths. Noticing subtle shifts in our bodies. Notice that even when our minds want to wander, our breath invites us back. Continual presence here. Spread your fingers wide, lift your hips up. Good, bring your feet towards each other, right leg to the sky, breathe in. Knee to the nose just once. Inhale to extend. Step forward, high lunge. Plant your right foot. Come up high on the ball of your back foot. Hands can start at your hips. If you're ready for more, hands to heart center, or maybe even arms overhead. In our high lunge though, our hips are square, so pull your right hip back in space. As you sink into the right knee, really energize that back leg. Pressing the back of your left kneecap up to the sky. Now pull your belly in to avoid that low back bend. Sink a little deeper in the front knee. Good, hands to your heart center. Lean yourself forward and pause. And even here, see if you can pull your right hip back in space. Really energize through that left leg. Lifting to warrior three, press into your right foot. Start to float the left foot off of the earth.
Capital T with your body. Crown of head reaches forward. Press your thumb knuckles into your sternum. Lift yourself up. All right, we need to remember that we are capable of lifting ourselves up. From here, we'll come to stand all the way up. Standing on right foot, hug that left knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers around your shin. Notice if you've hunched forward to do so. And if so, try and stand up straight, never compromising the integrity of that heart of yours. Good, release your arms down. Passing back through airplane pose, arms out to the sides. A slight back bend, a gaze forward. Lift your eyes, just try it. Good, one more breath. Step all the way back, high lunge. Finding your footing. If you didn't land how you want, rearrange. Staying in our high lunge, we'll find an eagle arm. So right arm comes under left. You can hug yourself. You can find that full eagle expression with your arms, wrapping all the way up to your finger pads. Now, if you'd like, lift your elbows up. Sink into your right knee. Again, practice that pull of opposites as you sink into the front knee. Lift those elbows up. Good, release any kind of bind you might have in your arms. Arms back up overhead. Hands to your hips. We're gonna pivot on our feet around to the back of the mat, finding a high lunge. Left leg is forward. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Hands come down, frame the foot and flow. Facing the back of your mat. Shifting our perspective a little bit. Take a breath in and a breath out. Again, breath in. Move to the top of your mat. Jump or hop or step. Halfway lift and forward fold. Let's rise to chair pose, sinking bottom down, heart lifts high. From here, right arm underneath left again. Finding that hug of your frame or the interlace of the arms, the palms. And then if you want, right leg up and over left. The eagle pose. Your right hip naturally came forward. Draw your right hip back in space, but then pull your left knee to the left. Again, feeling that pull of opposites. Belly engaged, spine nice and tall. Sink a little deeper. Are you still breathing? You can keep the arms if you want, airplane pose. Start to extend that right leg behind you. Flex the right toes down to the mat. Arch the spine up. If you have the eagle beak, point your fingers forward. Good, one more breath. Warrior one, step all the way back. Land in your warrior one. We've been here before. You know this pose. Sink a little deeper. Good, hands to your heart. Warrior two, opening hips, opening heart. Left arm reaches forward. Right arm reaches back. Belly and hips are open. Gazing out perhaps over that left middle finger. Shrug your shoulders up and then release them down your back. Good, bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, draw your knuckles down, lift your heart up. Really feeling the opening, the lifting. And then humble yourself down with warrior two legs. So your heart doesn't have to be close to your left foot. Take up the space on your mat that you have in this warrior two position. Keep your back leg really engaged. Bend into your left knee. Pull your belly up and release tension through your jaw, your eyes. Sink a little deeper. One more breath. Release the bind. Hands come underneath your heart. Walk all of your toes to point in the same direction for a wide-legged forward fold. With fingertips under your shoulders, lift halfway. And then forward fold, surrendering down. This is yogi's choice while we're in this pose. Maybe you choose to bend deep into one leg and then deep into the other leg. Maybe you want to play upside down in a headstand. Got about 5 beats here. Good. If you've chosen to play upside down, start to think about coming back with your feet on this planet. If you have any binds of your arms, we'll start to release them. Turn the left toes back to the back edge of your mat and rise back up to that warrior 2. Sinking in. Again, energy out those fingertips. Really engaging that right leg behind you. Start to bring left elbow towards left knee for side angle. Right arm up to the sky, maybe overhead even. Start to rotate everything on the left side under the right, bringing your sternum up to the ceiling. Binds and half binds if that's in your practice. Totally fine, totally acceptable. We're just working for that long line of energy from your right heel all the way out the crown of your head. So see what you can do to lift your heart a little higher in line with that foot. 2 more breaths. Good. Take your gaze down to the mat, both hands down, step yourself back, high plank, and flow if you'd like. Good. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Let's pull forward to a high plank pose. Bring your right hand under your heart, setting up for a side plank. We'll probably be back. So if this is not your most full expression, that's fine. You can drop a knee down or drop an elbow down. Remember, anything that's on the earth presses down and everything else really lifts up. 2 more breaths. Good. Back to your high plank. Left hand under heart. Side plank the opposite way. Again, finding the variation that works on this side with a knee down or an elbow down or an arm extended or a leg up. You're not trying to beat anyone, you're just trying to stay present. 3, 2, high plank. Flow if you'd like. We'll meet together in down dog. And maybe noticing a little bit more the shifts in the body. You pedal your dog out, you might feel that your chest can sink closer to those thighs. Draw your feet towards each other. Left leg high. Knee to the nose just once. Inhale, extend. High lunge, step forward. Rise up tall. And even though our hips are naturally squared, you can still feel micro movements of pulling your right hip forward as you hug your left hip back. If you have low back pain, bend your back knee. But if you don't, really try and enliven that back leg, pressing the back of your right kneecap up to the ceiling. Sink into that front knee, pull your belly in to support your low back. Good, 1 more breath. Hands to heart center, pause, tilt forward. Again, realigning those hips, right hip tilts forward, left hip pulls back. Press your thumbs into your heart space, lifting yourself up. Now warrior 3, step forward, lift that right leg off of the earth. Capital T shape. Flex the right toes. And again, fingers into sternum, lifting yourself up. Pull your belly in. Good, slowly come to stand on that left foot, hugging the right knee up into the chest, interlacing the fingers around the shin. And again, noticing if you fell forward, release the arm grip a little bit. Try and keep your heart high. Good, take another breath. Release arms and leg back like airplane pose. Finding our way all the way back to a high lunge. Setting up our footing, knowing where we're at before we travel any further. We're gonna bring left arm underneath right again, maybe hugging yourself or maybe finding that full eagle expression. And if you have any form or any stop in between, you can explore a back bend, lift the elbows up. Notice if you feel like your shoulders are hugging your ears, pull the shoulders down your back as you lift the elbows up. It's kind of a tricky move adjustment, but you can do it. Pull that right hip forward. Left hip back, belly pulls in. Good, arms back overhead, high lunge. Hands to the hips. Rotate on your feet back to the front of your mat. Finding the right foot forward, high lunge, arms overhead, big breath in. Hands down, frame the foot and flow. Take a breath in and a breath out. Again, one more breath. As you breathe out, move to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and forward fold. Chair pose, bottom down, heart lifts high. Starting here, left arm underneath the right, finding those eagle arms again. And if you'd like, left leg up and over right. Always optional. Left hip floated forwards with that twist. I know it did, so pull the left hip back in space, but then pull your knees over to the right. Again, always playing with that blend of opposites. Sink your hips down. Good, you can keep the arms if you'd like, airplane pose. Extending left leg back, finding that natural little back bend. As your eyes gaze forward, do something with that back left foot, either point, flex the toes. One more breath. Unrelease the arms, back to warrior one. Celebrating having both feet on the mat, the support of both feet, the ground below us holding us up. Open to warrior two. Slightly wider stance. Hug your right knee open towards your right pinky toe. You can even put your hand on your inner right thigh and open it a little bit just to feel what that feels like. At the same time, left hand to left inner thigh to open that one up. So they're pulling in opposite directions. Subtle movements. Stay deep in your warrior two. Notice what happens when you start to feel something in your body. Does it trigger you to want to pull back, to sink deeper, or to stay present? Hands behind the back. Interlace fingers, draw your knuckles down. Lift your heart up. Good, and then let's fold ourselves forward, humble warrior. With warrior two legs. There's a little bit more space now. Keep sinking into your right knee. Keep energizing your back leg. Lifting your back left inner thigh up to the ceiling. 2 more breaths. Release the tension in your jaw. Stop squinting. 1 more. Hands down under your heart. Back to that wide-legged forward fold. Toes point inwards. Perhaps you'd like to find a bind with your hands, hands at the low back, and then a forward fold with a release. Again, an invitation to practice headstand if that's in your practice and something that you are craving at this moment. Wherever you're at though, allow the breath to be your anchor. In these moments of stillness, it's quite common for our brains to pick up where our bodies left off. Two more breaths. Wherever you're at, let's meet with our hands under our shoulders and a long spine, our bellies pulling in. Move your right hand underneath your heart, coming to the finger pads, left arm reaching up to the sky, finding a twist. Pull your belly in. Good, left hand down. Finger pads if you'd like. Reach the right arm up. Again, belly hugs in, rotating around your spine. Good, right hand down. Slowly come all the way back up to stand. Hands perhaps coming to hips first. Warrior two. Back into our warrior two. And again, finding our firm footing before we think about what's next. Right? We often get carried away with the next. Feel the length in your side body. Now see if you can replicate that as you move into your side angle. Right elbow coming towards right knee. Left arm up to the sky. Maybe even overhead. Really aiming to create that long line of energy from your left foot out the crown of your head. Pull your belly in. Maybe bind and half bind if that's in your practice. Sink a little deeper in the front knee, but really keep pressing down and out through the left foot behind you. 3, 2, gaze down to the earth, flow it out. We'll meet in down dog. Couple deep breaths here. Again, noticing where you're at, feeling into this body. Good, let's walk our hands to the back edge of the mat. Halfway lift and forward fold. Chair pose, bottom down, heart lifts high. Bring your hands to your heart center. Thinking about twisting and what feels best for your low back. Right arm can go straight forward, left arm back as you twist towards the left fingers. Or hands at heart center, right elbow towards left knee. Pull the belly in, regardless of whichever twist you've chosen. Pull the right hip and right knee back in space. Really pull the belly in to find that twist. Maybe even gazing up at the ceiling. One more breath. And forward fold down to your mat. Option to stay here or option to walk yourself forward, setting up for another high plank. Second round, high plank. Right hand will come under your heart, finding a variation or expression that perhaps you didn't the first time around. Anything on the earth presses down and everything else lifts up. Good. 3, 2, high plank. Pause. Walk your hands back to your feet. Good. Chair pose. Bottom down, heart lifts. Hands to heart center. Thinking about a twist the opposite way again. Left arm forward, right arm back if you'd like. Or left elbow over to right knee. Pull the belly in. Sink the hips down. See if you can't get your buns lower than your heart. Tuck that left knee and left hip back in space. You can always open the arms up if you'd like. 3, 2, forward fold. Again, hang out here, walk those hands forward. High plank, pause. Setting up side plank, opposite side, left hand under heart. Start to open to a side plank. Any variation that might feel good to you tonight. Breathing. 3, 2, good. Back to a high plank. This time flow if you'd like. We'll meet in our down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Again, inhale. Open your mouth. Good. One more breath in. One more breath out. Amazing, guys. Let's move to the top of our mats. Halfway lift and forward fold. Rise to stand all the way up. Arms go nice and wide overhead. Hands to your heart and pause.
Pause for a moment, maybe blink your eyes closed. Press your thumb knuckles into your heart space, yet heart into thumb knuckles. Call back to mind an intention if you came in here with one. Building on everything we've done before, we'll keep our right foot down and lift our left knee up like a stair step. From here, right hand over to left knee. Left arm can start to open up behind you, and maybe your gaze goes back towards those left fingertips. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little, see if you can keep your heart high. Grab the outer edge of that left foot. Again, but we're not compromising and bending all the way forward. Pull the belly in. Good, listen, your shoulders are already in half moon. Let's move our hips there. Start to extend that left leg back. Start to open your hips up to match your shoulders. Half moon, right fingertips towards the earth. Left arm overhead, left leg overhead. Tucking right side underneath left. Really reaching up and out of those left fingertips. Good, one more breath. Left hand down. Take your time, standing splits. Left leg up. Couple deep breaths. Good, step your left foot to the back edge of your mat. Drop your left knee down to the mat. Setting up for a low lunge. Hands can come to your right knee. Maybe hands to your hips, or if you'd like, up overhead. Now notice in this low lunge, it's quite easy to sink into your flexibility if you have it and just go deep, but that's not what it's about. Instead, we need to blend our strength and our flexibility to keep our joints safe. So pull your inner thighs towards each other as you sink into that front knee. Pull your belly in as you reach your heart up. You can explore a little back bend if that feels good, maybe goal posting the elbows. If you're bent backwards, come back upright, hands down, straighten over your front leg, half splits. And in this half splits, we want to long back, reaching the crown of your head forward, thinking more about touching your nose to your little toes than your nose to your knee. Hug your right hip crease up and back. Send deep breaths into the back of that right leg. Of course, if you're in full splits, keep your breath present. Find that blend of strength and flexibility. 2 more breaths, and this half splits or full splits. And let's slowly start to bend back into our front knee. Coming back to that low lunge, hands to heart center. We're going to take one more twist for our practice. So left elbow can come to right knee. Left hand can come to right knee if you'd rather stay more upright. You can also find the bind and then lift that left knee off the earth. Whatever twist you've chosen, pull the belly in and think about moving your sternum up to the ceiling instead of just throwing your right shoulder back. Press your right knee into your left elbow and really press down through your left big toe behind you. Yeah, feel that toe anchored. I know it's weird. Keeping our hips squared though. Heart a little bit higher. Long line from the left heel out the crown of your head. 3, 2. Good, hands come down. Frame your front foot, step back. Flow if you'd like. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next exhale, move back to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and forward fold. Let's rise to stand all the way up. Arms overhead, hands to heart center and pause. Keeping our left foot down. Start to bring your right knee up like a stair step. Flex those right toes. And just think about where we're headed.
but don't get overwhelmed. Left hand to right knee. That's perfect spot to stay. Maybe right arm starts going back, and then, hey, maybe you take your eyes back to that right thumb. I don't know. If you want, you can grab the outer edge of that right foot, but try and keep your heart as high as it was before you had it in your hand. You can straighten the leg out if that's where you're at tonight. Hug the left hip back. It probably wanted to go on the twist with you. Good, now remember our arms are already in half moon, our chest is open. So let's make our lower half match that. Traveling to our half moon, as rocky as that travel may be, we'll find our way there. And again, really think about lifting that right foot up to the sky so that you have room to stack. Right? We can't expect ourselves to grow if we don't give ourselves space. Easier said than done. One more breath. Right hand down. But that's why we come to our mats. Because the more you think about it, the more life lessons we might have on our mats. And we simply pull them off of our mats in our real life experiences. Crown of head down. Good, step all the way back. Lower your right knee down. Set up for that low lunge. Hands can come to your left knee. Arms can reach overhead if that's better for you. And again, resist the urge to sink into your own flexibility. You can, I'm not saying don't, but just want to make sure our hips are as square as we can to support our joints. So as you sink into that left knee, pull your inner thighs towards each other. Pull the belly in. Again, maybe explore a little back bend. Are you still breathing? Good. If you're bent backwards, come all the way back up. Half splits. Straighten over that front leg. Coming to the heel of the left foot. And again, really thinking about pulling the low belly in, crown of head reaching forward, pulling that left hip crease back and up. Inviting yourself back to your mat. Follow your breath in. Watch the breath go. Your to-do list will still be there. Your dinner will still be there. Or if you're like me, everything that happened during the day is still going to have happened during the day, whether I think about it now or not. It's about staying present and being with your breath. Good, now bend into your front knee. So thinking about the twist, you can stay more upright through your body with right hand over to left knee. You can hook the right elbow, maybe even pop the back knee off the earth. Find that twist. Good. Press your left knee into your right elbow. Pull the belly in. Press down through your right big toe behind you. You know, it sounds weird, but oftentimes our right mini toe, our little toe, is what touches the earth more in this pose because our foot sickles. So pull the belly in, twist. 3, 2, good. Hands down, frame the front foot. Let's flow. Last time for class. Couple breaths. Big breath in. Full breath out. Good. Let's slowly move our feet to the top of our mat. And we'll slowly lower down onto our backs. As we come down onto the back, pause for a moment with your feet on the earth and your knees bent. Setting up for 2 back bends, maybe wheel, maybe bridge. We've bent our bodies a lot, but we've also really opened our front body. So start to press into your feet as you lift your hips up. Maybe you're going into bridge. You shimmy one shoulder at a time underneath you. Once you're up, do your best to release your butt muscles. See if you can press down through all 4 corners of your feet. Shoulders underneath you as much as you can. Send your knee energy forward, but then your heart energy backwards. So even though you're bending, even though you're feeling compressed, you're still stretching. You're still making space. 3, 2, slowly lower down, bone by bone by bone. Setting up for bridge or wheel number 2 with feet parallel and hip width distance. Start to press into the earth as you find your expression of the pose. Once you have the pose again, see if you can't release your butt muscles. If you're in wheel, soften your elbow joints for a moment. Push higher through your feet and then find that strength again in your arms. 3, 2, slowly lower down, bone by bone by bone. Good, let's find a happy baby. Knees to the outer edges of the body. Maybe wrapping your arms around your shins, or if it's better for you, grabbing the bottoms of your feet. Good, and then let's come back to some stillness with our knees in the center of our mat, over our hips, arms out to a T, and drop your knees over to the left side of your mat. You can gaze to the right if that feels okay in your body. Using our twist to remind our spine that we're not bending it anymore. Good, and then we'll come back through center and take those knees to the opposite way. Gazing towards the left. Good, and then let's come back through center. Let your legs extend long on your mat. Bring your arms overhead and give yourself a full body stretch. A big breath in. And then settle in for your Savasana. Let your feet open out to the sides of the room. Let your arms dangle by your sides. Find some flexibility, some ease through those fingertips. Maybe take a scan of your body. Notice if you're still holding tension through your thighs, your low belly, your chest, your throat, your shoulders, even through your eyes. And then allow the practice to settle on you just for a few moments. Wiggle your fingers and your toes ever so slightly. Move your head side to side on your mat, feeling the back of your head just rocking back and forth. When you're ready for more, move on to one of your sides. Roll there with intention and pause. Pause with the intention to say thank you to yourself, to express some gratitude towards yourself for making time to come to your practice today.
knowing that even though we may not physically be together, our energy is really what keeps all of us going together, moving forward. And then as you feel ready, we'll find our way to our comfortable seat, taking your time to arrive. And once you get there, just like when we started class, sit up tall, rock your sit bones right to left, left to right. Maybe notice a little bit of shift in your tension in your body, a little bit more ease. Sit up nice and tall, hug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then rock those shoulders down your back. Good, hands to heart center. Remembering the unique role that gratitude has in all of our lives, taking all that we have and making it more than enough. Carve some time out for you. Bring your breath, bring your body, and show up. It's been an honor to be here with you for this last 60 minutes. Carry on through the rest of your night and week well. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Please be well. Take care.